Doom. What's going on, guys? Jam Sketch here. Daily number 2. This is second day for the daily sketches. Oh, now you want to get in here? No. I got a Patreon on patreon.com. I feel very happy about that. I feel like I should do something special. Am I pronouncing it right? Patreon.com. Patreon. Whatever. I got a Patreon. And in case you guys don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform, right? It's awesome for guys like me. So if you're a creator, if you're an artist, you're a musician, writer, whatever, and you have people who kind of like your stuff, they kind of dig it, they could show that they support you. You know, they could actually sign up, they could subscribe to you, they could support you, so that you could just worry about banging out your art, doing what you do. They support you because they love what you do. You keep doing more of the stuff they love. And that's Patreon. So go to patreon.com, Jam Sketch. If you're into the stuff that I like to do, if you want to see me do more. And honestly, I'm going to put exclusive content up on my Patreon. Stuff I share with my friends, you know? Like, you're part of the tribe when you sign up to Patreon, okay? So there will be exclusive content up there. Yeah, if you just like what I do, man, you know, support your local artists. These guys are out here working hard, and they just want to bring you awesomeness. That's all I want to do, just bring you awesomeness. I wanted to do something very special for my first Patreon. So I asked my single patron, what would you like to see me draw, right? And she asked if I like anime first and if I like Star Wars second. And I said, hells yes, dude. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, all right? So here we go. Let's bang this out.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
I should have known the Jedi were plotting to take over.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Doom.
You underestimate my power.
Don't try it.
Doom. Doom. So we start off as usual. This time I'm going to establish a background, right? And we know Rey, she was pretty much discovered in the desert, right? I think all Star Wars start in some kind of desert somewhere. All 3 trilogies. Except the prequel. I don't know about the prequel. Maybe it started off different. I can't remember. But, yeah, man. Rey's a cool character. I go back and forth on it because I don't know, man. It's seeing her do the things she do is awesome. All the Force stuff, Jedi stuff's always cool, right? But with every other Jedi, they train. You see them train. You saw the progression. You saw when Luke Skywalker was whack. You saw when he was the master. I mean, when we meet Yoda, he was already a master. Even Darth Vader, when he was young Anakin, he had to learn to go through some stuff. Rey just kind of like found a lightsaber and just said, yo, I think I know what to do, yo. And I don't know, I always had a little beef with that. Like, when she went to meet Luke, I thought, okay, Luke is going to be her Yoda. Luke is going to train her, show her the ways. But I don't know, she kind of like taught him a few things. It was weird, man. It was weird, but whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen I have not seen
Return of the Jedi?
No. The Rise of Skywalker. So I'm not too sure how. Maybe it explains everything in the end. I don't know. Don't spoil it for me if you've seen it already. Don't tell me. I'll figure it out. But that's what they're drawing. I'm just laying down lines right now. And Let me see what else. Yeah, just laying down some lines. Trying to figure out where everything's gonna be. And I figure I got it for the most part. I want to do something else with the legs. Something more spring into action, more heroic. Something kind of martial arts. Because Jedis are just, I mean, they're pretty much space samurais, right? With one of the coolest weapons ever. For both samurais and Jedis. You got the katana blade. You got the lightsaber. Clearly one's derived from the other. One's inspired by the other. And I'm even thinking about the saber right now. Like, how can I incorporate it? Where do I put it? I didn't want it to obstruct her face. You know, I'm adding hair. I'm adding her, like, cloth. She has a lot of flowy cloth. From when she dressed. Jedi's dressed like, I don't know, like, from Jesus times, man. That's the stuff they rock. Like, cloths, hoods. From Jesus times. And you see me plotting. I'm playing in the lightsaber, plotting. And because you got to get that. I'm not going to draw Rey and not draw a lightsaber. That's like a Star Wars without without a light. Anything Star Wars without a lightsaber is like, come on. Except the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is kind of dope. I got to finish that up actually. Where we at now? What we doing now? Looks like we're shaping things up. But yeah, man, hit me in the comments. Let me know what was your favorite Star Wars. Hit me up if you hate Star Wars. You're like, yo, I don't see the big deal. Like, what is going on with it? Isn't it Star Trek? Hit me up if you think it's Star Trek. I realized I went a little too Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and I gave Rey some like martial arts shoes. And when I went back and looked up the reference, she has like these boots on, so I'm like, all right. But I was already kind of digging the Chun-Li shoes, so I kind of ended up with both at the same time somehow. But that's cool. That's one of those happy accidents you have when you're creating. You know, you stumble across stuff. You decide if you want to keep it or not. Trying to figure out all the highlights, the shadows. I'm working with value heavily right now. Not a whole lot of color just yet. But I'm enjoying it, having fun. Having fun with it. That's what it's all about, man. Her little like side, what's that, like baby hair things that she got? Whatever those things are. So at this point, it's pretty much solid. Like, okay, this is what I want. It's pretty much time to add some color at this point. And I'm just itching to get that lightsaber going. I removed the blade from the sword because it's going to be a laser. You know. Adding a few more details to the background. I remember her in the first movie. She was like a scavenger. She would scavenge these ships. These fallen ships from like old battles and old wars. Just kind of shoved in the ground. I thought that was cool. So I try to get like a little hint, incorporate that a bit. You know, get some details in there. And again, it's a background. I don't want it to take away from the main character, you know. It's the background. Be in the background. Be happy. Fall back, son. Okay, so here you see I'm incorporating the boots, right? And now it's time for color. I'm trying to figure out the tones, the saturation, you know. Playing with some of the blending modes, some of the layers. You know, now that I'm watching this, I need a more dynamic way of showing the progress of this. If there was a way to get my camera to follow my stylus as I'm sketching, I guess. I don't know if that'd be too disorienting. I don't know. I'll figure something out. All right, laying on the colors. Got the skin tone down, laying down the flats. And this is one of the cool things about doing your values first. When you lay down your flat colors, a lot of the work's kind of done, sort of. You know, the shadows are there. The lights are there. The more lit areas. You know, zoom in a bit, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And yeah, shout outs to my Patreon, Christine. Thanks a lot for the idea. Christina, you're the number one. Oh, here we go, putting that lightsaber in. The moment we've been waiting for. Hitting him with the blue saber. And that's my trick to doing sabers. Color on the outside, white on the inside. And that's it, folks. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Hit me up on my Patreon. All that good stuff. And I'm just going to keep them rolling. May the force be with you. Peace.